I'm really privileged. I come from a stable background and I have never understood or experienced true hunger. I always knew that I was safe at home, and I always knew that I could go home and I'd have somebody wrap their arms around me and tell me that we can work it out together. I'm working with not one single person in this organisation that's had that.
Suffolk Emmaus is very much for the lonely, the vulnerable, the people on the outskirts of society where everyone else thinks that their life is okay, but actually their life isn't okay.
So Emmaus Suffolk is a local charity that is part of an international federation working with vulnerable and isolated people. And in the UK, we focus around homelessness and the prevention of homelessness. Homelessness is on the increase, both through the cost of living crisis, but also through the COVID crisis, and also just the expense of everything out there. Our outreach services have doubled in the last year.
Homelessness in the county of Suffolk has always been an issue, even if you go right back to when Suffolk Building Society was founded in 1849, but it's certainly an issue today.
We're a mutual, which means that we don't use our profits in the same way as other organisations. So when you save with Suffolk Building Society, you're really enabling us to use some of our profits to go into the community and to help the community with issues that really need addressing.
What we can be is the safe pair of hands when you get kicked out of home. We can find you the right support, the right services to make sure that you stabilise, you don't lose your job, and you can manage yourself. People like Dominique, they were in housing, but they were extraordinarily vulnerable.
When you're that low, you feel like there's nothing worth having, worth living for. You are worthless. I think about 18 months ago, I started working here at the Royal Oak. It didn't matter where you'd come from, what your story was. It was a place where I could feel safe. When you're then put in a situation where what you're doing means a lot to the people you're doing it for, it's empowering. It makes you start to believe in yourself. I've gone from being the lady that shook, because I shook all the time. I couldn't carry a cup of tea without shaking. Very withdrawn, to who I am now, which is someone who's extremely proud of where she's come from. There's been a lifeline, literally a lifeline to me. I cannot express to you how grateful I am.
It's really important for Suffolk Building Society to support the fantastic work that Emmaus Suffolk are doing. And that's because it's both preventative in the first place with the cafe, the environment, the weekly singing, but it also provides really practical support in terms of accommodation that's right for that individual at that stage of their journey.
We believe everybody has the right to a safe home, and that's really at the heart of our Safe Homes for Suffolk campaign. And I don't think you can find a clearer example of an organisation that really will benefit the local Suffolk community more than Emmaus Suffolk.
If you'd like to get more involved, you can go to our Safe Homes for Suffolk webpage where you can find out more.